Hey guys, this is Patty B within the Holler. I got another firearm I'd like to share with y'all. This is the Walther PDP PRO X, chambered in 9mm. Yeah, the PDP PRO X is a polymer frame striker fired pistol that feeds from 20 round magazines. The PRO X version of the PDP is one of Walther's latest versions of their PDP, and what makes it most unique is the comp from Parker Mountain Machine. I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy George, who let me borrow this pistol for this review. All right, let's hit the specs on this. 4.6-inch barrel, and it weighs 27.5 ounces without what I've got on here. Features, start down here with this polymer grip. This thing feels really good in your hand. Nice traction, goes all the way up. It does come with interchangeable back straps. The PDP series just feels really good. This version also comes with this nice big mag well, making those mag changes super fast, super easy. And it's kind of neat. On the bottom of the trigger guard here, kind of protect your mag release. You've got this lip right here. Give you a high cut. It just feels really good. Controls on this, you do have ambi slide stop slide release. And your mag release is pretty nice. Lots of texture, pretty big, yet still kind of guarded by that ledge right there. Trigger, this has the Pro Series trigger, which is just outstanding. I measured this on my scale at right 4.5 pounds, but the best part is it's super crisp break with no really take up or creep once you get to the wall. So you get to the wall and it just breaks. Here's your reset. Nice. Such an outstanding trigger. You know, there's lighter ones out there, but this thing being as crisp as it is, man, it's hard to beat the Pro trigger on these. Of course, you've got your rail out here, and what's pretty cool on this version, which is kind of hard to see because of the light, but the dust cover comes all the way out to be flush with your comp there. It's just really good looking. We'll get you a good look at that comp. Like I said, it's Parker Mountain Machine, thread on comp, pretty sharp. Slide, you know, the PDP series has these huge serrations in there to give you plenty of traction to grip on your slide. Sights, plastic black 3-dot. It is adjustable for windage and elevation. Back here in the back, not the greatest sights in the world, but they're okay. I think most people are going to put an optic on it like this. My buddy put a Vortex Defender XL on here. It does ship with plates. Give you a pretty good option there. So when my buddy first brought this out and was trying to sight in his red dot, we did have some reliability issues, but it says in the Walther manual basically that this gun does not like super weak range ammo. And he had some Federal and it wasn't running it very good. And I was using Blazer Brass and it was able to go through this. We chronoed the two loads and they were only 20 feet per second difference, but it would run my Blazer Brass and would not run his Federal. So I think in the instruction manual it tells you what loads to stay away from, but if you got super soft, you know, 115 FMJs, range stuff, it may or may not run it, you know, but the high pressure stuff, this thing should run just fine. I used to own the regular PDP Pro with just the threaded barrel, and I did a review on it, and I liked that pistol, but I wasn't in love with it. It seemed like it was pretty flippy when you shot it. I wasn't looking to sell it, but my buddy really wanted it, so I sold it to another buddy. So, but he's going to bring that back out today, and we're going to compare this version against the standard Pro, shoot them side by side, and see what that comp gives us. So, we'll take this out, put a few hundred rounds through it, come back in, and I'll give you my initial impressions on this thing. All right, we got some 115 grain Blazer Brass, which ironically is on Walther's list of what not to use. But let's see how it works out in this, and see where this thing's hitting for us. All right, looks like my buddy's zero is my zero, hitting pretty close to where I want. Right off the bat, the grip is just so excellent. and then the trigger's so nice. These things really are a joy to shoot. All right, we got the standard PDP Pro, non-comped. I'm gonna put some rounds through this, then we'll pick up the Pro X and see how much difference we can kind of feel with that comp on the Pro X. All right, right off the bat, you can definitely tell. I don't know what the percentage on it, but this thing is definitely softer, 25%, 30%, I don't know. But you can, it's enough to where you can definitely feel it. This thing just doesn't move as much as that one does. All right, we've backed on up here 15 yards or so. See what we can do with this. All right, not bad. This thing's shooting good. Really tough to beat that Walther Pro trigger. Just so nice. Let's try that 25-yard plate. All right, couple misses, not too bad. Let's try that 40-yard plate. All right, back inside from shooting the Walther PDP Pro X. And yeah, whole lot of fun to shoot this thing today. You know, I only put like 200, 250 rounds through it. So definitely not a long-term test, just my initial impressions. But right off the bat, zero malfunctions, at least with the blazer brass I was using. Now, when my buddy first brought it out, he did have some issues with, I think it was some Federal. But Walther tells you that this stuff likes the hot stuff, but I had no issues with blazer brass for me. But everything on this pistol is just pretty darn nice. You know, the grip is so good. The trigger is excellent. The sights, kind of meh. Okay, I guess. But I think most people are going to run a red dot, so I don't think anyone's too worried about the sights. But the biggest deal on this one is that beautiful comp out front. Like I said, I owned the standard PDP Pro, and I liked it, but I never really loved it. And my buddy wanted it, so I sold it to him. But to me, this definitely changes the recoil impulse on this gun and just makes it shoot a little flatter, makes it shoot a little more fun, and it looks pretty cool too. I haven't looked at my slow-mo footage to see if you can see the recoil difference between the standard PDP Pro and this one, but you can definitely feel it. 3 or 4 different people shot this and everybody everybody felt like this thing was definitely softer. So yeah, just a whole lot of fun to shoot. You know, I don't really have any negatives on this. I guess the sights are mediocre. And the only other thing is that slide is so big and bulky. You know, I kind of wish it was a little more trim, but that's just personal preference because I really like the way it shoots, especially this version. It just shoots a lot flatter, and to me, it brings the PDP into, you know, what it should be. So yeah, definitely a cool gun. And yeah, if you're in for a market for something like this, I definitely check this out. You know, I guess another downside is the expense. You know, this version with that comp on there is pretty expensive. You know, is it worth whatever it is, $200 or $300 more than the standard one? I don't know. I'll have to leave that up to you. But I do know that I like this version better, and probably a decent amount better. Just more fun to shoot. Well, there you go, guys. Walther PDP PRO X. Y'all have a nice day.